Hi guys, and today I am looking at the all new Rapido Great Northern Stirling single. I've been after this, I pre-ordered this model 3 years ago and it's finally arrived. Before I start the review as such, please bear in mind if you do buy one, please read the booklet because there's some information in there and like certain things like how to run in and what to do with the splashes if you want to run certain curves, all that sort of stuff really. As you see there, that's about the splashes, and how to move them forward and all the rest. This I think everyone's seen this by now. This model is really not for kids. I am scared of touching it myself, and I'm a grown adult, so please bear that in mind. So yeah, in the model you also get 3 detail packs. You get these here, which I believe are discs for the lamp irons or whatever disc codes. I believe, I could be wrong on that. You also get a great detail pack with alternative splashes, couplings, piping, you name it. The more you add, the more it won't go around certain radius stuff. And I also got in the post some replacement chain links down there. So you can see some chain links. I got some replacement ones because the ones that are on it are quality control issue, I believe they said in the letter. Here is some model information. An 18-inch gauge model of number 1 was built in 1898 at Regent Street, Polytechnics, from a set of parts supplied by W.G. Bagnall. Amongst the students at Regent Street who worked on the model was Harry Greenley, who later became a celebrated miniature model builder and supplied locos for the Rumney and High Dymchurch Railway. The loco was initially sold to Mr. E.F.S. Nuttard, the Great Northern Railway District Locomotive Superintendent at King's Cross, who between 1910 and 1914 operated it at Alexander Park, London, and later kept it in King's Cross Top Shed, the home of the full-size Stirling single in 1926. This loco was brought by the Fairburn Miniature Railway, and in 1936 it was sold to J. Wickes Miniature Railway, which ran until 1939. It then passed through several hands of private owners until it was bought by the World of Country Life Museum in Sandy Bay, Exmouth, Devon, in 1986. Bagnall had earlier, in 1893, supplied a similar model works number 1425 to Lord Downshire of East Hampstead Park, Calfort, Berkshire. This engine was later preserved by Mr. Horn in the boys' reading room at the training ship Mercury at Hambley. It was subsequently sold to private owners in Southampton in 1946, and its current whereabouts is unknown. Hamburg toy modeler George Cartley range included a 2.5-inch gauge model of the Stirling single 776 in around 1900. It was marketed in the UK by Basic Lote and appeared in their 1904 catalogue. An unpowered 5-inch gauge model of the Stirling single locomotive, engineered by Dennis Hartford, is on display at the entrance to the Arch of Two Brighton Toy and Museum. A 1:12 scale model of number 93 was built by R. Jackson around 1888. It is displayed at Worthington Museum and Art Gallery. Kitmaster produced an injection moulded plastic kit of the Stirling single in the 1950s. David Boy, founder of Dapple Model Railways, recalls seeing the model being destroyed in the early 80s, leading him to produce the tooling and reissuing the remaining kits. Asterisk Hobbies introduced a Gauge 1 live steam model in 1996. In April 2015, Rapido Trains of Canada announced the forthcoming 00 gauge model that would be exclusively available from Locomotive Sheldon models. Hi guys, and as we look at the front of the Loco, you've got a load of rivets down here and lampines too. It has sprung buffers, which is surprising, and I think these stuff here are for the to clear out the stones off the track, I believe. We have two chain link couplings. We have a hole for some more extra detail if you want to add them, which is the vacuum pipe and the hook, I believe. We have the hinges and the cement box door handle picked out in silver, which is nice. We have a silver handrail or grab rail if you're from the USA. We have number 1 there. I don't know if you can see it very well. As we move on to the side of the Loco, if you can just look inside there, you can see, I believe, the cylinders inside there. They've done a very nice job. We've got the handrail. I think there's some more handrails there. We have a handrail at the cab end too. We have safety valves and whistles there. We have glazing in the cab. We have that iconic long funnel at the front. We have it's lined, I think it's green, white, black, white, green lining on the boiler. We have a builder's plate just there. And we have the wheel configuration here, which is a 422, and it is powered by these two wheels here. That one does pick up and power it too. We have the iconic 8-foot wheel there, very nice. The cab detail is really picked up really well. All the pipes and all the detail, the speedometer and all that is all correct. The red handles, and we have a handbrake, I believe, just there. This goes up and down too as well. I do apologise for the lighting. So as we move on to the tender, here you can just see some of the tender connection to the Loco, which is I think a 6-pin style thing. I'll show you more in a minute. We have the tender buffers, which are sprung, surprisingly. We have the two-tone Great Northern paint, which is light and dark. We have the 3D Great Northern writing. We have lining around the axles and the underneath. We have lining inside for the coal. The coal rail is really thin and nimbly, so please be careful with that. The coal is lovely, quite a nice job there by Rapido. We have a handrail at one end, which is surprising. I thought we'd have two ends, one end. As we move on to the back of the tent, we have that lining again, the white and black with the two-tone green. We have a red buffer, sprung buffers at the back, and then pocket as well, coupling. We have one at the front, which I forgot to mention. We have 4 lampines there, and we have the hook for more detail if you'd like to add it. Here we can see the delicate tender connection, which I think you just push together, I believe. I would note I've never seen this one before. GNR Stirling 422. The Great Northern Railway number 1 class Stirling single is a class of steam locomotive designed for express passenger work by Patrick Stirling. They are characterised by their big, large driving wheels, which leads them to the nickname the 8-footers. Originally, the locomotive was designed to haul up to 26 passenger coaches at an average speed of 47 miles per hour. On his arrival at the Great Northern Railway, Stirling set out to standardise the railway's rolling stock. He also borrowed the single wheeler from the Great Eastern Railway, and in 1868 designed two versions of the 222 with 7-foot 1-inch driving wheels. The outcome in 1870 was a locomotive with 8-foot 1-inch driving wheels designed specifically for high-speed express passenger trains between York and London. The norm in them days was inside cylinders. Not only were they frequently failing of cracks of the axle shaft, with such large driving wheels they would have set the boiler pressure too high. He therefore used outside cylinders in a 4-wheeled bogie to stabilise the front. According to Hammond's Out's description, entitled Paddy Stirling Masterpiece, the design was a version of a 222 designed by Stirling for the Glasgow and South Western Railway. A total of 53 were built at Doncaster's works between 1870 and 1895 in 3 series, introduced in 1870, 1884 and 1894. George Frederick Bird reference to the 3 series as G, G2 and G3 classes in 1910, and this classification has been used by other sources but does not appear to be used by the Great Northern Railway. The Great Northern Railway did not number its locos in sequence. Instead, they used a feed-up of withdrawn old locomotives. Therefore, the 1870 series was numbered 1 to 671, and the 1884 series was 771 to 8, and 1001 to 1002, and the 1894 series was 1003 to 1008. Here is some information on the class. Power type is steam. Designer is Patrick Stirling. Builders is Doncaster Works between 1870 and 1895, and 53 were built. The wheel configuration is a 422. They are of a standard gauge. The fuel type is coal. They have cylinders too, and they are outside. They were withdrawn between 1899 and 1916, and 1 is preserved, and that is number 1 at York. Here is a little bit of information on the model I just looked at. It was built at Doncaster Works in 1870, and it was withdrawn in 1907. So yeah guys, it's a nice, stunning model. So next up is going to be the point test. It will make it. Just here, it stutters a little. I think it's a little too tight. I might have to change the splashes. There is no second radius because same reason, the splashes, I might have to change them. You're underneath here, moving forward I believe. So yeah, here's the footage of the points test. So yeah guys, it did that point test pretty okay. Like I said, it would probably stutter on that, and it had, but at the point it wasn't ran in. So yeah, some slow speed, and then we'll find it a running friend, I think. So yeah guys, that's the end of the video. I'd like to apologise if it was a little bit long, and also if I missed anything out. I think I might miss the steps there and there, and you also here can see the wonderful lining that the Rapido have done. Very nice, and that pipe work there as well, I think I missed that. So I am sorry about that. And is this legible? I think it is. So yeah, that's a Stirling single with General Hornby teak coaches. I don't have anything else to go with it really, minus the one Thompson. In some of the shots there was the flicker, the fire effect. I did try and show it off the best of my ability. So yeah, it's a nice little touch. Before I get on to anything else that was with it, I would just like to point out the issues I had. I'll try and make an honest review. So at some point it kept derailing on the outer loop. The front bogie would derail. All it was the track was literally millimeters, about that much up, and the front bogie didn't like it. Like I said, I have to adjust that at some point anyway, so I can do second radius. You would have thought a Rapido would have made it second radius from the start. They don't. And secondly, it spreaded a load of black stuff all over my track. I cleaned it. Once I knew I was getting this Loco, I got the email, I knew I was getting it. I spent 2 hours hoovering, cleaning the track everywhere, relaying it, you name it. I did it just so it'd run pretty nice. I was unsure if it was going to be like the Octave Rail ones where they're a little bit sensitive. So I was looking at the track afterwards, and yeah, that's 1, 2. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And that's all from the outer loop. Wherever the Stirling single ran, that's where it happened. So just be aware of that, please. Sorry if I'm rambling here. I just want to make it honest with you. Just be aware of that. If you have the same issue, just run my finger now. It's clean, but I wonder for how long. I did clean the wheels with my wheel cleaner after I noticed the errors. So yeah, anyway, what was with it? A good friend of mine asked me to run, he said a Great Western Loco. So the Earl class, Bachmann one, stunning model, Earl class going with it. And then in the yard we had, I think it's a J13 N2 or N class, I get them confused with the Southern. And we had Tornado, just to give it an off feel. Oh yeah, and a Midland wagon and Jolly Boys out in coach. So yeah guys, would I recommend one? To be honest with you, if they're one-off and the price they're at, which I paid £208 if I'm going to be honest with you, yeah I would. But if Rapid plan to make a few non NRM versions, then I'd hold on. But no one knows if they're going to make any more. Rapid don't know. I asked them and they said they don't know themselves. So if it's a one-off, yeah, gladly pay that. If it's not, then it should really be about the 160, 130 pound, like most of these locos are. They do plan to release some great northern coaches, which will be interesting. As you know, I like my Great Northern stuff. I wonder if Rapid will do anything else with the chassis or the Loco. But yeah, sorry about it guys, sorry for the little ramble at the end. I do apologise, I just tried to make it honest. So yeah, the next video up should be a special one, and I hope you enjoy it. So until next time guys, it's goodbye from this beautiful thing here, and it's goodbye from me. Bye.